Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the official Lineage OS for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, the Lineage OS, it is one of the guru ROMs available for our device. It is the base of so many ROMs. So this is an official version, so you can be rest assured that this is going to be a very good daily driver. Most of the stuff is working, you won't have to worry too much into that. So let's get started. First of all, what I want to tell you guys is that ambient display settings are working. As you can see, it is available. This is the lock screen, normal stuff. This is the launcher, which is trebuchet, so it does have a few extra features which is available. I would have liked to have something quick step, would be really cool. I would have liked that, but anyways, it does have all of these options. You can customize that. Let's go to the settings menu. In the settings menu, in the about phone page, it is on Android 9.0. The Lineage version is a nightly 5.7, so it has been updated. I did the update. It is still on the June security patches, not been updated to the July one. Now the vendor security patch is April 1st. Kernel version is 1.2.0, and that is pretty much it available here. Now let's talk about what Lineage OS is. Lineage OS is one of those base ROMs available if you want to get away from the stock ROM, in this case Oxygen OS, and if you want to have a no-frill experience. There are a few options for us available. Now there is AOSP, which is pure AOSP, which I believe is no longer available. Every ROM has one or the other extra options, maybe pixel experience or whatever it is. It's based on AOSP, but it takes a lot of options from other ROMs and beefs it up a little bit. Other than that, you have Omni, which is technically bare bones but still packs a little bit more features and a little bit more spice with it. Then there is the Lineage OS, which is basic ROM, which can be used as a base and you build up from that. So that is Lineage OS, at least it used to be that. So let's get started. First of all, everything is working. VLT is working. I have disabled my SIM 2, which is a Geo SIM card. I have disabled that. VLD is working though, you don't need any issues with that. DNS I have tried out, it is really cool. Now in terms of extra features, Lineage OS has never been a feature rich ROM, but still it does have the essentials. Let's get started. It does have live display. I love this one. Dynamic profile is one of my favorite things in any ROMs. Picture calibration is available, picture adjustment is available. You can customize that as to your heart's content. Adaptive brightness and nightlight is also available for those who want that. It does have a theme style available. You do have dark style, and also the dark style can be a black theme. Accent colors are pretty limited, but it does have a few options here which does work out. Now in the automagic option, it just checks out the wallpaper whichever you have installed, and it just changes it accordingly, which is also pretty neat. Now front side display size is available. Ambient display options are available with pickup, hand wave and bokeh mode. Double tap to click on the status bar and lock screen to turn off the display is available. Prevent accidental wake up is available. All of that pretty cool stuff. Sound option, basic stuff, it is available for most of the things. Now it does come with digital well-being. If you want to use it, it is available. You can customize that. In the system options is where you will find most of the extra stuff. Now in the button option, you do have customization. You can enable the on-screen navbar button if you want to use that, just not use the hardware button. You can use that and you can customize that options also. Power menu button is available. You can customize that, whatever happens there. Long press for torch is available, where you have the automatic turn off, which is really cool. I use that a lot. Home button and reset button can be customized for long press and double tap, which does work out. You can customize it from one of these options, which is the classic Lineage style. Volume button customization is available. Keyboard cursor control is available, which is pretty cool, and also control playback. These are the two functions which I look forward to in a custom option. It can also have the volume button on the previous side, and it has the expanded option also. In the extra options, you do have swap button. As you can see, I have enabled that because out of the box it comes in the Samsung layout. I just changed that. Alert slider is available, which does work out. And the system profile, this is one of those staple Lineage features which I really like. So it does have system profile. You can use that. It works reasonably well. Status bar options are available. You do have quick pull down. Network traffic indicators are available. One thing I noticed is it is centered for some reason. I'm not really sure why it is centered. You do have option for the unit of measurement, and also auto height can be enabled, but there's no slider for selecting a threshold for it, which I would have liked to have. Apart from that, system icons can be enabled or disabled if as per you want. It doesn't have a VLT icon, which I would have liked if I am using a VLT SIM card. Clock position can be customized. It does have a center option, but if you select the center option, you cannot have the network traffic monitor, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, but it is what it is. Apart from that, the AMPM indicator can be enabled, and also seconds can be enabled if you are weirdo like that. Battery indicator is available, you can customize that, which is pretty cool, and also you have percentage inside the icon, outside the icon, all of that. Now brightness slider can be enabled or disabled. Auto brightness is also available, which is available here. Now in the quick setting panel, these are all the options available. You can customize and you can look into it. It does have data saver, it does have caffeine, which is another option which I look forward to. Reading mode is available, and heads up, all that can be enabled or disabled. Brightness control by sliding across the status bar, it's also available. Now apart from that, one more thing is that it does have an updater, which is something I looked forward to in a Lineage ROM, but I was kind of disappointed in seeing that it is no longer a Delta updater. I'm not really sure when they made the switch. Previously, if I remember correctly, it was a Delta updater, but it is not a Delta updater anymore. I flashed the 4th July version and updated it to the 6th July version. It is a quick process, it is an easy process. You just have to download and click install. It will do it automatically, so people who don't want to mess around with daemon recovery and all that just have to do it once, and you can just leave everything else to the updater. It will work reasonably well. Now one thing about Lineage is that it does have a few options here, which is called trust, which is amazing. You can customize options from here, and it can do a lot of things here. It does have privacy guard if you want to micromanage the permissions on stuff. Restrict USB, SNS status can be enabled or disabled, forcing or non-enforcing, whatever it is, you can customize that. These are few things which is available with Lineage, and Lineage in my opinion is one of those custom ROMs which takes security very seriously, so you can be pretty happy with that. I do want to mention that I am running encrypted. I had used OxygenOS previously, so encryption was the only way to go. So yeah, it is working with encryption. That is pretty much it. The features now, as you can see, it's not the most feature-rich ROM. There are way more feature-rich ROMs out there, but for someone who is looking for Lineage, I don't think they are looking for features. I think they are looking for stability, being a very good daily driver without having a fuss about it, and I think it does accomplish that very well. Let's get to the battery life. The battery life here is pretty okay. One thing which I do want to mention is it shows now that last full charge was 24 minutes ago. It's a lie. I restarted my device 24 minutes ago. It hasn't fallen to 67% in this much minutes ago. As you can see, it started at somewhere around there. I was trying out PUBG, so that was the reason. Anyways, battery life is not the best. I will have to say that, because I did not change any battery profile. I did not set it to a battery saving profile or anything like that. I don't do that with any of my ROMs. Active drain is somewhere around 14 to 15%, which is really good. I can vouch for that. Idle drain was a little bit higher than what I would have liked. It's a lot higher than what I would have liked. Almost around 2.5%, which is kind of on the higher side. There are ROMs which can get about 1% and even sub 1% if you really try. The normal usage on this phone is basically WhatsApp, playing a lot of music, YouTube, Facebook, no camera, no GPS, no Bluetooth. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a mild usage. It's not the best battery life I've gotten with this phone. Now the performance of the ROM. The performance of the ROM is pretty decent. I have gotten the Antutu benchmark score is 162,000, which is most ROMs get that in the Pi space for the OnePlus 3. It's been working really well. Now a user did ask me to try out PUBG. I will let you guys know how PUBG works on this one. I would say it's not the best. I do want to let you guys know that I am on the highest preset. I'm on HD, movie preset, anti-aliasing is on, shadows are on. That is basically how I do all of my devices. With the same options or same stuff, I could get games to run at about 25 plus all the time. So as you can see, it is kind of glitchy. It does get down to about 10%, 10 FPS also. So yeah, I mean, it's probably not that good. Here are my graphics settings, just so you guys know what I'm using. This is basically what I use for everything. I have HD, high frame rate, movie preset, anti-aliasing on, shadows enabled, all of that has been enabled, and auto adjusting is disabled. That is pretty much what I got with it. Not the best score, I would say. I have gotten other ROMs. This is probably not for the gamers. Now the stability of the ROM. I have to say the stability is actually pretty damn good. I did not have any issues with the 2 days of using this ROM. I have updated it from one version to the other. That was a dirty flash. Did not have any issues, so I'm fairly confident that anyone who wants to use this ROM for their daily driver for purposes is gonna be pretty happy. You can go and use a custom kernel. I have not tried it, but you can use it, and you might get better battery life and do it yourself. Now the camera. Camera is basic Lineage camera or snap camera, which does work really well. It takes decent photographs. I didn't have any issues with it. You can also use something like Gcam for better photographs and more dynamic range and all that. Now the aesthetics of the ROM. The aesthetics of the ROM is pretty decent. Now dark dark mode in this one does not have a dark notification, which is kind of a bummer for me. Otherwise, it's just basic stuff. It works decently well, no issues there. You can also select a black mode. The accent colors are a little limiting, but for the most part it works really well. It's a beautiful ROM. It's a stockish ROM. What do you expect with that? Now the overall experience of using the ROM. The overall experience of the ROM is actually pretty good. I'm not the target audience for this ROM. I'm not someone who wants to use a ROM just for having a very stable ROM. If I want to have a very stable ROM, I would just go for Oxygen OS maybe. That's not me. I want a lot of features, so this is definitely not for me, but there will be people who wants to have an USB based ROM, not OS, really stable with good battery life and stability if you want to use a custom kernel or something like that. So you can actually try out this one, and it does work out. The OTA updater is really cool. You will understand the usage or the importance of OTA updater when you have to give the phone to someone who is not a technophile. I understand that a lot now. So yeah, let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty damn cool. So here is the boot animation for Lineage OS or Lineage OS, whatever you want to call it. I mean, people have come after me for calling it Lineage. You can call it Lineage or Lineage or whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna call it Lineage. So yeah, so guys, there you have it. That is the Lineage or Lineage OS, which does work out really well as a daily driver, and I'm pretty happy with it. So guys, there you have it. That is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. One more thing is that it does have a call recorder, but it is not automatic call recorder, so just keep that in mind. It's one of those things which I want in my custom ROM. So yeah, I guess I'm much it about the ROMs, and hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.